African traditional houses are symbolic of the African continent. They are built with mud, clay, straws, medicinal herbs, and tree branches. The round houses are communal, sustainable, and boast of brilliant ancestral architecture. We are here with Uncle Dan today at the beautiful Tongo Oasis to learn how traditional homes are constructed, can be protected, and the importance of sustaining this communal living. Welcome to Living the Ancestral Way with Abena. I'm here with Uncle Dan. Hi, Uncle Dan.
Hello, Abena.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you too?
I'm doing well. Fantastic. So, Uncle Dan, can you tell us about yourself?
All right. I'm called Daniel Bangre, but popularly called Uncle Dan. I come from Tongo here, traditionalist. I am a land priest. I come from the land priest family. We are landowners. I'm an accountant by profession. But apart from my profession, I do other things too. I conserve the environment, or just say nature. I'm a natural conservationist. I'm a culturalist. I'm an architect. When I talk of being an architect, a traditional architect, that's what I do. But I blend modern and tradition to get the best out of what I do. I'm a political activist too, but not political party. I'm a political activist, not a politician. Yes, for sure this is what I will say, but I will say more later.
Thank you, Uncle Dan. That's a very strong introduction. So many questions come to mind with, culturalist, traditionalist, conservationist, so much, right?
Yes.
And speaking of conservation, we are on the beautiful Tongo Oasis, located in the Upper East region of Ghana. This is such a beautiful, incredible place. Where we are sitting, we can see the Tongo Hills in the distance. It is absolutely gorgeous. And we're sitting in front of one of the many sustainable homes here on this property. Can you tell us a bit about Tongo Oasis? What is Tongo Oasis? When did you start? And why did you start?
As a child, way back in the 60s, early 60s, they used to bring me home from the south. I knew how this place was. It was a sheer parkland, densely forested. But decades later, coming back from Europe, I saw the trees all gone. It was something I could not take. I told my mom by then, Mom, when you brought me here the first time, way back in 1961, you remember how it was? She said, yes. What happened then? We have to replace the trees. So mom said that was a very big task. I said, we can do it, if only we give it a go. So I came home, to be precise, 1995. I started surveying this place, doing some crop farming up there where the school is situated now, and then scouting to see what do we do with this place. Do we just conserve the forest and leave it like that? Do we blend it with a business to be there and keep on with the conservation activity? So it was then that we should start a business. And what kind of a business? Not what they have, something different. So we settled on ecotourism. That was what we wanted to do. We were now to come out with something that is African, but marketable. So it meant we had to blend European architectural engineering into what we have here. Our round structures, our thatch roof systems, and then see to even the furniture we're sitting on, you can see that it's tradition. Where we could go tradition, we forcefully went that way. And where we could not, we brought in what wasn't. So you can basically call it not a blend as such, but it's a mix somehow. Very well. So the concept was then that we will do traditional accommodations, but to blend them.
What made you decide to really build these sustainable homes? What is the meaning in terms of how you set them up? What did they mean? What was the process like, to build the house? And we're sitting in front of one of the beautiful houses. What was that process like? How did you build it? How long did it take? Can you share that with us?
Yes. Thank you, Abena. If we were to do that, then meaning we had to go back to Bataan and start. That made me, come out with the idea that no, whatever structures that we'll be putting up in our talented land here, they should be rounded. You could make them modern, add the modern facilities inside, but the outlook should look like what our ancestors left for us. So to do that, we had to train the builders, those who do the building. I set up an institution here and I brought them in. We even introduced them to using the level spirit, like they do in Lome, in Lome, Atakwame. They use the level spirit to build these structures, and you find the walls excellently straight like these. So now, the same women were those who were to get to finish, as I told you, to do the plastering, do the design, the traditional designs on them. The same women will help the men gather the mud balls and roll them, carry them to those who fix them on the walls. We did that together with the women. Now, ask me, how do we build these things? I never brought in any architect, especially this house. You cannot do these things without government approval. So you have to bring in an architect to design them. When I talk to colleagues who did architecture, they gave me wrong designs. They took me back to Europe. Square, rectangular, triangular. I said, no, this is not Africa. They plainly told me that I know in the college they were not trained to design circular houses. So I had to find a way out. Very, very, very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate, sister. I am an accountant. I'm not an architect. I never went near there. I got frustrated that I said, no, I have to do something myself. So looking for milk tin container, circular container, even bottle corks, which are circular. I use all. Just put it down, draw a circle that way, link them, knowing what I saw when I was a child. Our old men didn't go to school to design those things. When they want to build, they will just put the leg on the ground and start marking around. And we just excavate and we are building. So I use that very concept. Circles, adjoining walls, partitioning walls. And when I'm done with that on paper, that's an artist's impression, right?
Yep.
I take it and I'll go to the field and I instruct my workers. Do the markings, do the excavations. So all what is happening here, I design and supervise the construction myself. The masons, even you bring in masons from town, they don't know how to build these circular things. Even the blocks, I mean the brick you have to mold them to certain sizes. What they use in building the elongated rectangular square, you cannot use them to build this. That's why we use small balls. So when you are molding blocks to make this bricks to make this go faster, they have to be many bricks. Right. So we came out with all these concepts. Now to roof them. We used to go far for the wood, rafters. They had burned the forest too. You could march even 30 miles into the forest due west this way, and you won't get rafters. They were all now shrubs. So I said, no, let's start planting trees. Now that is done. The thatch to roof was also a difficulty getting it. So we agreed also that we will plant the thatch in the yard here. That's why you have all this brown grass. They will soon come. You see They will soon come and lick everything.
Wait,
And
they use the grasses for the roof?
yes.
Okay.
So that's where we get the grass to roof our structures. We had to make it self-sustaining. So there we go. The concept became complete. And now that it was complete, we were now to do what? Replicate it and build more. What happened here, we used the concept, especially the toilet systems, using the round, mud ball structures, roofing them with thatch, decking them, not with cement, just the material under our feet here. Don't depend on cement to do everything. We could use our own traditional building materials and do things. Look at this fence wall. This fence wall was built way back 2005.
Oh, wow. 16 years.
16 years ago.
16 years.
I have not renovated it yet. You can see that the motifs are falling off. It's still standing there. Cost of cement building this would have built houses for many people, right? So we were looking at all these round, what do you call it? Good things that our ancestors left for us. We shouldn't let it go. Stormy times, the round structures protected us. When you are in them, you are very safe. Even if the roof, when the wind hits the wall, it hits it tangentially, just a point, and deflects. But when it is a square room, it hits it at 90 degrees, pam, and there's a hustle. The wind versus me, the wall. And when the wind cannot push the wall down, it rises up. By rising up, it takes your zinc off. That thing, our architects missed the point. But this round structure, it hits it at a pinpoint and deflects off. If it wants to wrestle to the left or right, it is deflected off. So, now looking at this, the concept that we adopted, what our fathers left for us, it was good for us. If you are inside and the storm comes, rain came, storm came, did you know? Apart from this, your zinc, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I got up and I asked her, I said, what happened? It rained? She said yes. The rattlings, they are not there.
You don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything. The ruffling of the roof, no. And even at West, if it will take the roof off, it does not behave like when it's taking a square roof, zinc roof off. It caves it in. It will cave it in. You see the apex.
Yes.
Amazingly, the apex will invert inside at a point. And you, all those who are inside, you will find a way at the edges.
At the edge, yeah.
It goes in, as it is.
Like a V-shape.
V-shape,
inside,
yeah,
inside.
it collapses in. That's how these structures are. The top will cave in and the edges all will go up. So it is at a point. And any human being, when it is like that, we are all always against the walls. You'll be safe. You will never die. These are things we dropped. Building them, very easy and cheap to build. Very easy and cheap to build.
At Tongo Oasis, the mosaic floors are a blend of indigenous African and European mosaic style.
Do you know we have the largest pieces of mosaic in the whole of Ghana? Are you aware of that? Oh my gosh. Apart from what you have on the wall at Bank of Ghana, there's another place where you have a piece of mosaic which is about a quarter of this going there. But look at here. Look at the restaurant veranda. You see my house there where they are renovating the veranda into the bathrooms. Amazing pieces of mosaic.
Wow.
I remember seeing ancient pictures of Timbuktu, the structures. They were mad structures, excellent structures. In that heat, they were designed in a way that inside there is comfort.
Yes.
They insulate you when you are in there. It's the same thing with these structures here. We have the luxury to get thatch to put on. Up there, they don't have grass, so they put the mat on top. And it is like the Nubian vault that we built over there. excellent concept, very good buildings. That will keep us very healthy here. Our walls are not dirty walls. No, they are medicinals. You know what they put in there? Herbs, tree leaves, what and what is what we found. It is not chemical process in the factory where you can have lead in it and you say lead what paint. No, it is nature we put on our walls and they come back and we put them back and we live in that. It is the best. So dear one, Africa here, what we have, how then do we conserve it? As I told you, I'm a conservationist. Cultural conservation, natural conservation. The culture, how do we conserve it? We came in to build Tongo Oasis here. 1, nature to conserve. 2, our culture to conserve. Among other human endeavors. There was a band, a live singing band called the Oasis. Phil Collins was a drummer in the Oasis.
Yes.
You remember that group? So when I brought the lighted idea of music into the name, they all accepted it. And that's how Tongo Oasis got named as that. So it is an oasis of trees, but also an oasis of culture and music.
Uncle Dan,
Hello.
thank you so much for this rich conversation, and thank you so much for sharing the narrative of Tongo Oasis with us. Such a truly beautiful space, and I can't wait for people to come visit and see this wonderful, beautiful place in the Upper East region of Ghana. And thank you so much, everyone else, for joining us today on Living the Ancestral Way. Living the African Way. Thank you.
Thank you.